Cathie Woods, you'd have to say she is one of the best investors of the modern era. And what do I mean by this? Well, the 21st century, it's really been the decade of technology. The rise of computers, social media, electric cars, artificial intelligence, etc. Cathie is an investment manager who focuses on these areas, these pockets of high growth. And she's done a pretty good job of picking the specific companies in those sectors who have gotten the highest returns. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to go over her portfolio. And by her portfolio, I mean the portfolio that she manages with her investment fund, ARK Invest, which has $1.6 billion of assets under management. These are the top 10 stocks that she owns. This has really been the stock that has made Cathie Woods the semi-famous investor that she is today. The fact that she invested in Tesla early on, and it's still her number one position currently. If we look at ARK Invest portfolio, they own 402,293 Tesla shares with a market value of $570 million, making up 9.63% of the total portfolio. And Tesla, it's been one of those stocks that has made any of its early investors a lot of money. If you had invested in Tesla just 10 years ago, you would have made an over 7,000% return. 5 years ago, an over 500% return. 3 years ago, about a 350% return. And for those who don't know, which I'm sure most of you already do, Tesla is the electric car and energy company. The head of the company is probably one of the greatest geniuses of our time, Elon Musk. So Tesla's goal is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. They're obviously doing this through, one, selling electric vehicles, which, by the way, they're not doing a bad job at. The Tesla Model 3 was the world's most popular plug-in electric vehicle, with worldwide unit sales of more than 300,000 in 2019. And they're currently ranked the number one, not just electric vehicle company, but vehicle company in the world. Then they've also got their energy side of their business, which is looking to power homes sustainably and to develop strong, long-lasting batteries. The interesting thing about the energy part of their business is it's bigger than a lot of people think. In fact, Elon Musk said that I think long-term, Tesla Energy will be roughly the same size as Tesla Automotive. Essentially, with Tesla stock, you've got a world that is looking to become more sustainable, and Tesla is probably the biggest company that is driving this change, as well as making a lot of money from it. Moving on to Cathie Woods' second largest position, it's a company called Square. Square makes up 7.73% of the portfolio. They own 3.3 million shares with a total market value of $456 million. So, Square stock, this is one that you might not have heard of before. The company Square is a business that mainly focuses on helping small businesses. They help small businesses accept credit card payments, track sales and inventory, obtain financing, and do payroll and a range of other financial operations. So as of today, more than 64 million businesses use Square for the credit card payment and sales tracking technology. Cathie Wood has some interesting opinions on Square the stock. She said, share gains absolutely have taken place in all kinds of innovation. We have learned the hard way that credit cards and debit cards are the most vicious virus spreaders out there. They're worse than cash. The move towards digital wallets has taken off, and this will be very disruptive for banks. She said, and I quote, Square Inc. has network effects. Banks, to attract a customer, have been willing to pay hundreds of dollars. Square spends about $20. These new services providing peer-to-peer transactions, small business and consumer loans. The reason Square especially can do this is that it sees every single transaction these small businesses have. Looking at the numbers, this stock has quite a growth story to it. Only in 2016, the stock was selling for $10 a share. Today, it's gone up by 12 times in price, selling for just over $120. Woods' third largest position is an interesting one. It's a company by the name of Invite, and what they're focused on is genetic testing. Their mission is a simple one, to make genetic information affordable and accessible to everyone who can benefit from it. And I just want to break this down quickly for you. Imagine you take a genetic test, you get the results from this test, and it tells you you've got high risk of getting skin cancer. You then know to avoid getting burnt by the sun because that's dangerous for you. Okay, so that's one example of how this company can benefit people. Or let's just say the results tell you the type of food your genetics work best with, or what's going to help you have a good pregnancy. This is essentially what this company is looking to do, which is high potential growth. ARK Invest, they own $450 million worth of this stock, which comes in at 7.6% of their portfolio. The ticker symbol for the stock is NVTA if you would like to research it more. Price-wise, it's currently selling for around $30 per share, and the market cap is around $3.7 billion. As you can see, they're currently losing money because they're using it to invest in their research. So this company, it definitely holds some risk to it. So you should start noticing by now the pattern with every one of these companies invested in by Woods, and that is they are all in revolutionary high growth fields. CRISPR Therapeutics is no different. They use the technology CRISPR, the gene editing platform, to treat serious human diseases, the likes of cancer, diabetes, diseases along those lines. Cathie Woods, she's gone big with her position in this company with ARK Invest. They have a position valued at $375 million, making up 6.4% of the portfolio. And it just shows you how big the portfolio is when you have a position worth $370 million and it makes up less than 10% of your entire portfolio. That's interesting, but let's get on to number 5 though. Coming in at the 5th largest position of the portfolio is a company called Roku. ARK Invest own 2.3 million shares in the company, which gives a total value of $366 million. It occupies 5.9% of the total portfolio. Now, I'm sure a lot of you will already own a Roku device. You all know what it does. Basically, it allows you to stream all of your entertainment directly to your TV. You don't need any cable equipment or anything like that. Essentially it's the same as with all of these other companies. They've got a better product than the old one. It's disruptive, it's looking to take over a big industry, the TV industry, and of course it's got high potential with regards to money. Again, Roku is another growth story when it comes to price. They made their debut to the public market on September the 28th, 2017 for a price of $26.50. Today, they're selling for almost $150. Will they keep growing? Well, no one knows for sure, but Cathie seems to think so. That's why she still owns it. I've been wondering for quite some time now when this transition would occur where education moved towards learning through technology online. 2U is one of those companies that are bringing universities to the digital age. They have 70 university partners now. They have 70 plus degree programs as well, and Cathie is investing big in them. ARK Invest have $272 million worth of the stock, making up 4.4% of the total portfolio. Now this stock, unlike a lot of Woods' other stocks, has actually had a poor run. As you can see, about halfway through 2018, it just started going down. It peaked around $98 per share, and then it went as low as $14. It just shows you that yes, a lot of these companies have high potential to gain, but they're also risky. Proto Labs, another interesting investment by Cathie Woods. Essentially what this company does is it uses 3D printing to rapidly manufacture production parts. If we look at the numbers, it's an interesting one. They're selling for around $140 per share with a market cap of around $3.7 billion. And the PE ratio is high at 60 because they're a company projected for high growth. Lending Tree, it's a pretty basic but smart concept. They use the internet to help people borrow money. So they connect the borrowers with the multiple lenders to see who can give the lowest rate. Cathie Wood, she's got about 3.7% of her investment fund in Lending Tree with a total value of $227 million. Also, as we didn't mention before, Protea Labs, the previous stock, accounts for 4% of the portfolio with a total value of $249 million. So I'm sure by now you guys are getting a very good feel for Woods' investing strategy. The strategy that her fund ARK Invest go by is investing in companies that have, quote, disruptive innovation. Now, they define disruptive innovation as the introduction of a technologically enabled new product or service that potentially changes the way the world works. And that's what you kind of see with all of these companies. It's the same with Cathie Wood's 9th largest position, Illumina. What they do is they develop and manufacture life science tools to analyze gene variation and function. Essentially, the goal with this company is to enable personalized medicine. Oh, you have this type of gene variation? Then this type of medicine will work best for you and help you recover quicker. It's a very innovative and smart company. Now, the price of the stock is currently just under $400 per share, but just a couple of years ago, it was only $130. The stock makes up 3.65% of the total portfolio. Okay, the 10th largest stock on Cathie Wood's list is Zillow. Zillow, anyone who's into real estate and lives in the US will most likely have heard of this. Zillow, they are the online real estate database company. So essentially, you go on their website, you look to buy a house, and it's going to give you a whole lot of information on it. Zillow make their money through ads, they make their money through a partnership with Yahoo, and to this day, they are the leading real estate marketplace. This is ARK Invest's 10th largest stock, which makes up 3.4% of the portfolio. The total value of that position is $211.6 million. So that is the 10 largest and most important positions over at ARK Invest portfolio, which is run and managed by Cathie Wood. Now, I do want to leave some closing remarks on the way Cathie Wood invests and her portfolio structure. As you can see, she likes those companies that are looking to make a big difference and disruption in the world. The likes of Tesla, Square, CRISPR, all of these are disruptive companies. What this means is that her portfolio has strong potential for high returns. For example, over just the past year, they've made a 49% return. That's nothing to sneeze at. However, this does mean they carry higher risks. Let's say the stock market enters a bear market, it's going to be these high growth technology stocks that will be the ones who suffer. So, there's definite potential for loss with this technology and innovation based portfolio. Nevertheless, Cathie Wood has proven since that she is no dummy when it comes to investing, and these stock picks have helped her beat the market with a 26.7% annualized return since her fund's inception. This is something a lot of portfolio managers cannot say, and so you have to give Cathie Wood props on being a quality investor.